What explains a dog's personality or behavior? If you said its breed, keep listening. Hi there, everyone. I'm Jeff, and this is Plain English, where we help you upgrade your English with current events and trending topics. This is lesson number 469, so that means JR has uploaded the full lesson to plainenglish.com/469. Coming up today, a new study in the journal Science examined 2,000 dogs and 200,000 survey questions to learn more about dogs and their behavior. The surprising result is that a dog's breed might not influence its behavior quite as much as you might have thought. But if you know the history of dog breeding, that won't come as a surprise. That's our main topic today. In every Plain English lesson, we also talk about one English expression, and today is no different. The expression we'll talk about is bring back. On every Thursday lesson, JR, our trusty producer, selects a song of the week. So you have that to look forward to as well. Let's get started. They say a dog is man's best friend. If that's true, it has been a long friendship. Archaeologists believe that humans first domesticated dogs about 30,000 years ago. At that time, the humans walking Eurasia were anatomically and cognitively similar to humans today. The first dogs came from wolves. Humans provided wolves with food scraps and shelter. Wolves helped humans with hunting. Soon, humans started breeding wolves, matching one with another to produce a new generation based on the traits of the parents. What we consider dogs today evolved over thousands of years from that process. For most of history, dogs were bred to do a specific task. They were also named after the task they were designed to do. A sheepdog herded sheep. A guard dog provided protection. A retriever brought back wild game that had been killed from a distance. The dogs that were good at a particular task were used to breed the next generation. Dog owners weren't fussy about appearance. They needed a hard worker. That changed in the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution in Great Britain. With more modern equipment and technology, Victorian-era people didn't need dogs to perform quite as many tasks. And with higher incomes, they had more leisure time, and they had a desire to show off their status. That's when the modern idea of a dog breed emerged. Starting in the mid-1800s, specific dog breeds were named and standardized. Dogs became status symbols, and indoor companions. They gave wealthy Victorians something to show off at dog shows, a relatively new leisure time activity. Many dogs were still bred for function, but the practice of dog breeding was shifting away from working dogs and toward pets and dog show competitions. And with that evolution, the standards of a breed also shifted away from ability and toward appearance. Let me give you an example. I grew up with golden retrievers in my house. In the late 1800s, hunters in the Scottish Highlands needed a dog that could retrieve wild game both on land and in the water. They started with a yellow retriever, mixed it with a water spaniel, made some modifications, and produced what we know today as the golden retriever. This is a simplified history, but you get the idea. Well, then, the golden retriever became a registered breed with the Kennel Club in the early 1900s. The official breed standard today for the golden retriever defines 16 physical characteristics, including the nose, the teeth, the coat, tail, feet, and so on. It includes a brief mention of the dog's temperament. They should not be unnecessarily quarrelsome or hostile toward other dogs. But there is one trait conspicuously absent from the breed standard for the golden retriever. There is no requirement that this dog retrieve. There's nothing about the dog's ability at a task written into the breed standard. Well, that brings us to a new study published in the journal Science. The authors of the study found that a dog's breed is not a good predictor of its temperament. In other words, we often imagine that dogs of the same breed share personality traits. We assume pit bulls and Rottweilers will be aggressive and angry, while Labrador Retrievers will be friendly and poodles playful. Sometimes this stereotype is written into law. Britain has banned pit bull terriers, for example. The study, however, finds that these stereotypes are a vast oversimplification. They are just not true most of the time. Genetics do play a role in a dog's personality, but there's a lot more to genetics than what we call a breed. For example, the study finds that a dog's breed doesn't determine how affectionate a dog would be, and it doesn't determine how quickly a dog gets angry. The study finds that a breed can only explain 9% of the variation in dogs' behavior. but breed can explain much more about the variation in appearance. Some characteristics are often shared within a breed. Beagles tend to howl, while Labrador Retrievers usually don't. But there are always exceptions. 8% of Labs do howl. So, what makes a Labrador Retriever is his appearance, not his personality. And that makes sense, right? If modern breed standards prize appearance, purebred dogs in a specific breed all share the same appearance. The standards don't say very much about behavior or temperament, so it makes sense that there's a wide variation in temperament even within breeds. The golden retrievers I've known have all had different personalities. I can say that. Some won't touch a tennis ball. Others will chase one until your arm falls off. The study's authors said that dogs lead rich emotional lives, and their emotions are demonstrated through their behavior. The authors said the study could help our understanding of dogs' genetics and their emotions, and it could even be used to further research on genes and emotions in humans. Today's expression is bring back. It's a phrasal verb with a few different meanings, but we'll focus on just one meaning today. When you bring something back, you return to a place with a thing. It sounds simple, but there's a specific way to use it. So you have to be in one place. You have to leave. You have to get something else, and then you have to return to where you started. And all that has to happen to use bring back. So imagine you're at home with your spouse or roommate or something. You have to go out to do some errands during the day. Your spouse can ask you, can you bring back some dinner? The question is, while you're out, can you get some dinner and bring it back to the house with you? So this has all our ingredients. You're at home, you leave home, you get something else, in this case dinner, and you return to your house with that thing. So you can bring back some dinner. In today's main lesson, we were talking about dogs. Hunting dogs specifically were trained to bring back game that was shot on a hunt. Game, in this case, is like a wild turkey or duck or something. So what happens? The hunters shoot a duck, say. The dog is in a boat with the hunters. The dog leaves the boat, gets the duck, and returns to the boat with the duck. He brought the duck back to the boat. Any parents in the audience ever travel without your kids? If so, you probably bring back a present or a souvenir for your kids. If you travel without the family for work or pleasure, You leave, you get a present while you're out, you bring the present home, so we can say you bring back a present for the family, or you bring a present back for the family. Now, here's another way to use bring back. If one person brings something back for someone else, you can say, bring me back, bring you back, bring him or her back. So your kids might say, as you leave, can you bring me back a present? Can you bring me back a present? That's another way of saying, can you bring a present back for me? Of course, you might answer, I'll bring you back a present. Here's another example. Say you're at work and your colleague passes by your desk. Your colleague is going out of the office for some reason, and your colleague will be coming back. Your colleague might say, I'm going out. Can I bring anything back for you? That's a generous offer. And you might think about it and you might say, sure, can you bring me back a salad from the restaurant downstairs? It's time now for JR's Song of the Week. This week, he has chosen Still Falling for You by Ellie Goulding. It appeared in the movie Bridget Jones's Baby in 2016. There's a good phrasal verb in the title. To fall for someone is to become emotionally attached to that person, usually as a couple. Anyway, this song has an upbeat melody, a nice, bright, high-energy sound. Still Falling for You by Ellie Goulding is the song of the week. Thanks, JR. Well, that brings us to the end of today's audio lesson. Remember that the full and complete lesson is at plainenglish.com/469. And you might wonder what's included in the online lesson that's not in the audio. Well, there's a lot. First of all, there's a full transcript, and that's free. There are links to English articles about this topic in case you want to read more. That's free. We describe yet another informal English expression in a section called Learn the Lingo. That's free. So all that at plainenglish.com/469 is free. Now, if you want to dig deeper and get some real active practice, we have a few more parts of each lesson that are open to Plain English Plus members. There's a step-by-step video lesson that talks about how to express more complex ideas in English. In today's video, I walk you through how to talk about what happens next in a series of events. So if you're telling a story about something that happened in the past, you're going to need to transition from one step to the next. And in today's video, I give you a little extra tool for that. What else? There's more. You can also practice using what you learn by writing your own example sentences with bring back and other parts of the lesson. And I'll read your examples and give you personal feedback. We have a full page of exercises. There are too many to name here, but they help you with listening, speaking, vocabulary, and grammar. So when I say that JR has uploaded the full and complete lesson to plainenglish.com/469, I'm not joking. It is full and it is complete. There's a lot to explore if you haven't yet been on the site. And if you want to access those resources for Plus members, you can join at plainenglish.com/plus. That's all for today. See you Monday.